live the king.
Okay, so let's talk about that, shall we? Alright, so today is the official day. We finally got the Godzilla King of the Monsters trailer to drop. And, yeah, looks fantastic. If you guys haven't checked it out yet, from the premise of what the trailer seems like it's trying to say, is that they figured out where the monsters are at, but there's this evil lady right here who appears that she is trying to awaken the kaijus in order to get rid of an infection, which I'm assuming is us. At least that's what I'm getting from the trailer anyways. Not sure how that's going to actually come into effect in the movie, because it seems like there's certain scenes like she's with Millie, who seems to be the focal point of the movie. And they seem like they're getting along, but it also seems like she might betray them eventually, which is probably how we're going to get to the King Ghidorah fight anyways. But since our Nuz isn't here, I don't think I'm going to really be diving a whole heck of a lot into the overall story, what we think is going to be happening. I mainly just want to give you guys my full-on reaction to what I've seen. And it looks great. There's not really a whole lot for me, actually really nothing for me to complain about. In terms of the kaiju designs, at least from what we've seen, because there isn't really any good shots of any of the monsters outside of Mothra's face, which seems really cute, which is Mothra, right? She doesn't seem fuzzy. That's the weird thing. But you see, like, there in the one scene where she has her wings come up, in the waterfall or whatever the rain's supposed to be. I have to go back and double check again, but just the water falling on the wings as she expands them outwards looks fantastic. And that was one of the monsters I was really excited to kind of see how they were going to do her anyways, because there's a crap ton of ways they could have done her, right? And it's a weird option, because I figured they were going to go more full-blown moth with the fuzziness and everything, but I think they're doing her pretty good justice from what I've seen, because especially like they got like the designs on the wings look pretty darn good in my opinion, and especially that shot. Like, I like how they showed us the kaijus and mostly in full form, but they were obscured enough to where I don't really have a good sense of what's going on. Because, for instance, like Rodan looks like it's on fire. It looks like it's a lava kaiju as of right now, with it flying around, and I think that's what the kaiju that we seen fighting the jets, and actually like had a hold of its feet and were ready to go, and you see it flying over the city, and just the aftermath of the wind as it's flying over top of it just destroys the city as it goes on. Looks so good. Like, this is really what we wanted, right? Is just giant monsters destroying cities, and that's pretty much what this trailer shows. Because even at the beginning, I'm assuming that's King Ghidorah. Although it would have been nice to maybe see like some lightning effects or something, or just more things going on. Maybe even the silhouette and the smoke, and then bam, as she's going down into the cellar, which is where I think we got the teaser one from. So this seems like this might be maybe even something that happens earlier on in the movie. I would assume later, though, right? Yeah, no, because she's trying to get a hold of Monarch. But, yeah. So, the plot from what they're showing seems kind of confusing. But that's why I'll give you guys my first reaction, because I haven't really got to sit down and think about this a whole heck of a lot. But yeah, Rodan looks like it's on fire, which is a great idea. Especially with the original movie, with them finding it next to the dormant volcano. And him always having, like, relations to being next to, like, volcanoes, essentially, with, like, Mount Fuji and hiding in the caves. And I think it's a really nice tie into the monster, and it could actually make for a pretty visually striking monster, which is probably why the wings are like the maquette or whatever the concept model we saw earlier had like the frayed wings that kind of looked like it could be feathers, but now I'm just thinking they're just wrecked, and it's more because of like the heat is probably where that effect's going to come from. But it looks cool. Definitely very Heisei. From like what we saw of the sculpt, it looked a lot more Showa, especially in the head. But the way it's presented in the movie has definitely got more of a Heisei appearance from Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla. Mothra, like, is the one that's like, it's kind of its own thing, which I kind of appreciate. Again, there's a lot of ways you could do it. It looks cool, especially like the one scene where you get to see it with all of its bioluminescence, because it refracts light from its body, so it gives it more of like a godlike appearance, and you get to see that in the trailer, which is again something that's really cool because she's always been conveyed as a god figure, or goddess, I should say, and everybody always worships her, so it gives you more of like a reason outside of it just being it's huge. And King Ghidorah. Looks like King Ghidorah. There isn't really a whole heck of a lot really going on with it. At least from what we saw, you only got to really see the silhouette and like the eyeball. When Millie's like looking out through the windows, it's kind of peering in at her. And then you get to kind of see in the ice, and it looks a lot more like a Heisei in appearance again. With the way the body seems to be set up anyways. Until they give us like some more close-up shots of the way the monster's going to look, it's just, I'm going to reference it more like the Heisei Ghidorah. But that's a great thing to hear, because they're not really changing, like the concept they're changing a bit, but not enough to where it's not a recognizable monster anymore. If anything, Mothra's the one that's kind of like a little more crazy looking in terms of just overall design. And Godzilla, I think, because initially from that shot that we saw with Godzilla like spewing his atomic breath into the sky, and with his elongated chest, which makes sense because he's built, sucks in the air and then shoots it out as the fire. So it makes sense the reason why Godzilla looked like that in the trailer, or in the picture, which again, we'll get more into that later. But they actually showed the process, and like Godzilla raising out the water, and you get a really nice shot of the dorsal spines, which look amazing, by the way. Like, this redesign of Godzilla is actually pretty much what, like, the little nitpick that I had from the first one was, like, the dorsal spines are a little too small. Love the design, but could be bigger. They look a lot like Zilla, and even Zilla's was larger. And it seems like they righted that wrong in this movie. I wonder if they'll actually, like, retcon it. Like, give us a reason why it's so much larger in the movie. But it looks great, especially with that underwater scene, where everybody's checking it out, and they're, like, going through the city, and Godzilla's just swimming there with his spines lighting up. Which, is he going to be attacking them? Or is that just going to be his thing now, where he's just going to be like glowing blue periodically throughout the movie? Which would be kind of cool. It'd be very reminiscent of Shin Godzilla. Because he had pretty much had the red going on all the time. So that could be maybe a nod towards that. But I imagine he's mainly going to be going for a reason. That's probably why he's spewing the atomic breath in the air, is probably to discharge some of that extra energy. Is what that might be. Maybe that's why they're researching him a lot more closely. And I like too that he's not really attacking everybody, especially Mothra. Mothra's like, I just want to be petted. Rodan definitely looks to be more of the scary monster from the trailer. And then the overall like looming shadow of King Ghidorah. I do one thing about the trailer. I wish they maybe would have teased. They didn't have to show us, but just like tease a little bit. Is the monsters like getting ready to confront each other? Because as of right now, I would think that the monsters would come together to fight Ghidorah, right? Because Ghidorah is over 500 feet tall, so they all would probably have to conform somehow. Especially like it seems like Mothra and Godzilla are like the nice kaiju's. Or the good guys, and well, these anti-heroes. So maybe they'll team up to fight Ghidorah, because I feel like it's going to be like Godzilla fighting Rodan, and then Ghidorah's going to show up. Or if they're all going to come out at the same time, because it seems like she's going to probably unleash all the monsters, or at least them two, and the other two will just kind of do their thing. So maybe Ghidorah and Rodan will team up. Have a 2-on-2. Kind of like Godzilla vs. Gigan. That'd be different. Right? Have like Rodan and King Ghidorah like teaming up. Because even though how big Ghidorah is in this movie, he's considered like an extinction level monster. Could maybe even still use a little bit of help. We don't know. You even get to see the shot of like the electricity like flying through the walls, and I'm hoping that's from Ghidorah. Because he even explained in the declassifying information that his body can like conduct electricity, so maybe it's like his body just spewing stuff off. And the other nice thing too is it seems like we're gonna get hopefully better shots of the monsters. Because the one thing that seems like they're changing from 2014 anyways is, especially like you can tell with the Godzilla shots, is everything's definitely like they spent more time trying to illuminate them. And I'm hoping they kind of keep that with the fights, especially like you see Rodan flying around. It's a lot of bright reds and blacks and orange and like fiery sky. But you can see Rodan very nicely. Well, at least what they want you to see of Rodan very nicely. And I imagine, hopefully in the movie anyways, they do kind of like what they did with Pacific Rim Uprising, where it doesn't have to necessarily be like everything during the day, but at least give us more lighting for the monsters to be able to see what's going on a little bit better. But yeah, the trailer looks amazing. Got me super excited, especially with the letdown that the second movie for Godzilla, the animated one was anyways, that this is what I needed to definitely help pick me up. Definitely seems like they got the right thing going on with this new Godzilla movie anyways. So I'm super excited, especially after hearing that NECA's going to be doing the Godzilla figures for the movies too, and they got the rights to the other monsters. So I can't wait for that. But definitely let us know in the comment section below what you guys saw of the trailer. And again, I'll get Arnez's opinion on it in the next video. We'll discuss a lot more about this film and all the stuff that's coming out of the convention thereafter. And help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.